What's up, Brenna?
Hey girl, hey. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Well, today we are having our 18th episode on Real Chill Conversations.
Can't believe it. This one's going to be a juicy one though. We got to definitely talk about it.
And what a day,
Mm,
because today we're talking about this DaniLeigh and Dababy situation. And it's a very messy story.
messy, messy, messy.
But we do got some details here that we wanted to talk about. So yeah, we're gonna start this.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's give them the details and get into it.
As you all know, he did share a live video online of his new baby and DaniLeigh. And this video was when she was actually feeding the baby on the bed. Right, Brenna?
Correct. She was feeding the baby, minding her business in the bedroom by herself, trying to adapt to new motherhood. Baby's only 3 months old, so she's still fresh.
Very fresh. And to my knowledge, DaniLeigh actually did not want the baby to be seen online yet.
Right. She was reserving that. She wanted to hold off. She was not ready to have her baby be shown to the world just yet.
You know what? I will be mad as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, she
Absolutely.
she has every right, especially in that condition.
Yes.
Like the way that you presented it, um, and it started with the argument. It was just like just having the camera, and she asked him a couple of times to put the camera down, and he wouldn't put it down. It was like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. I mean, he was presenting his baby to the world for millions of people to see, but he was doing it under an umbrella of negative energy, such negativity. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the babies can sense things. They're very sensitive. So they're in the middle of, going back and forth, and she's trying to ask him to, stop recording, get off the live. And he's like, nah, nah. And they going back and forth. Meanwhile, the little baby is just like, I just wanna drink my milk. I just wanna drink
Yeah,
my milk.
like, but that was just too much. That was too much. It was uncalled for. I believe it was uncalled for. Um, but I know I want to go back to this because the baby said something on his picture that Danny Lay's parents disowned the baby because she was half black
Yes.
or something in that
Yeah,
matter.
yes.
But they said it wasn't true. Um, so I don't know what's going on with that, but that's what he said, which still doesn't. I don't think none of that justifies what he does. I get it. Okay, some men want to record certain situations so they won't go to jail or get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
In his case, he's been under fire for a minute now.
Right.
So maybe he felt the need to go live. I mean, why not just hit record though?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Why go
saying.
live?
You can easily just hit record. You don't have to go live on Instagram for people to be able to watch it and replay it and then share it over and over again. That's how we all got the video. That's how we've all seen the video because of the number of times it was reshared. There's no pulling this back and pulling this down. This cannot be scrubbed. It's there to infinity and beyond.
Hey T.
Hey, good evening, ladies.
Hey T.
Hello.
Yeah, I I believe, in my opinion, I mean, in a way, I say, this is supposed to be two adults, raising a child. A child is nothing to play with. Um, but I just look back on his patterns and how it was with Mimi, and as many girls that have came up, even he booked his they say he booked his baby mama Mimi an appointment with the hairdresser he was supposedly been sleeping with.
Messing around with. Yes, I
Right.
read that.
Mhm.
Yep. And then she came forward, and then more and more were coming forward. So it was a whole side, quote unquote, side chick movement, because they all decided to step out and and have a little something to say.
Right. And the fact that he called her a side B, like, are you serious? Are you serious by now? Because, I mean, to tell you the truth, sometimes ain't no telling what certain men tell women behind closed doors. So for you to come out and say that, I just don't think it was right. And I don't think every man just go around having babies by side B's. Like,
And I mean, I agree with y'all. I personally I certainly don't agree with his actions. However, I also, I was listening to someone else speak about the subject, and I was just like, oh, I so agree. But he was making mention to, I don't understand why it was like such a big deal. Like, was it just that they're celebrities and in the spotlight? Because this is everyday life. Like, this happens every day, all the time. We've all been young. We've all went through situations like that. I mean, toxic shit happen every day. So I was kind of like, what's the difference? But I mean, I certainly don't agree with how he handled it. Of course not.
well, T, you was just talking about this on the last episode about toxic relationships.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm like, I mean,
Exactly.
in what right mind can somebody just up and do that? Like, and then call her a side B on live. So when this child grow up, she will
Right.
have to watch that.
She has to watch that, and then in the same evening into morning rants that took place on the live, she watch her mother get called a side B, but then her father turn around and say, I got a queen, I got to raise.
Right, and the baby doesn't deserve this. What she do?
Nothing. She didn't do nothing. She didn't pick who her parents were going to be genetically.
Yeah. And I mean, ultimately, I'm sure we'll hear an apology about that part of it.
Hopefully, but I'm just saying, like, well, I don't even think an apology will be sufficient enough. Like what he has done, he really humiliated her and embarrassed her.
And he
No,
did
he
it
definitely did.
he did it intentionally. Like, he knew exactly what he was
Exactly.
doing,
He knew
Right.
exactly
Right.
what he was
because
doing.
their 3 years in and out, off and on, whatever it was. I mean, you know what people's triggers are, what their buttons are to push, the things that they're sensitive about, the things that they get upset about, how they react to certain situations. And you take that on top of the fact that she's a new mom, a first time mom, just having the disagreement with her family, whatever it was about, we don't know all
Okay,
those
I think he didn't
details.
want the baby to be born in the DR because of
Yes.
how the hospital looked.
Right. Right.
So that was the whole point of bringing her back to the US.
So he was bringing her back to the US so that the baby wouldn't be born in the DR. They didn't feel comfortable with how the hospital looked. And then he's saying that she then was saying she didn't feel safe having the baby over there in the DR by herself. So then he made the arrangements to get the jet to get them back to the United States, got the private doctor, said that she delivered the baby the next day after they came back. So, um, yeah, I mean the way that from his mouth, the way that he's talking, it's like I just brought Shorty back so she didn't have to have the baby over in the DR, was giving her a place to settle up and get situated and everything else. However, he's trying to say that they were not dating, they're not in a relationship. She talking about she cooked for him. She talking about they just had, slept together a couple of nights before. So like it's like it don't make no kind of sense. It don't make no kind of sense. And their timelines are completely off. They don't line up at all.
But I mean, as far as that part of it, as far as the timelines and everything like that, I mean, does that really? I'm just asking. Does that really even matter? I mean, because of course, like she had all the pictures and everything like that. Did that signify that they were in a relationship? Because I mean, we do not really know that. Because I mean, just because they have the pictures, do y'all think that signified that there was a like relationship going
I
on?
think he told her something behind closed doors. That girl ain't
Exactly.
just gonna think that they're in a
Right.
relationship and they not.
She not gonna buy
Who?
no man
Who?
no
What you
car.
said? Some women. What? What
I
the fuck
said
did you
some.
say?
I said she's not just gonna be thinking that she's in a relationship and she's not. He said something behind closed doors.
Girl, you crazy as hell. It's a million women out here.
I'm saying, okay, it's okay. Okay, we have those. But I mean, come on, for you to be that deep into somebody,
I'm still lost as to why you feel like that is like a surprise, Dominique.
it's
It
not a
happens every
surprise to
day.
me. But I'm just saying, like the girl, like you could tell she's in love with him. And
Right. No, no, she
not only
is.
that, but
Yeah.
I think that he said something, just in my opinion, I really do think that he said something behind closed doors that made her feel that way.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
what I'm saying.
So you don't
Yes.
think he ever told her it wasn't that way?
I'm sure there's times when he did tell
I'm
her that.
sure there were times they broke off because
Yeah.
they were having pictures together. Then he was back with Mimi. Then
Right.
he was here.
Right.
He was there. He got a pattern of these.
Yes.
So if that's the case, all the girls side pieces, if you ask me,
I mean,
because he ain't claimed nobody, did he?
He claimed nobody.
Has he claimed
He
anybody he slept with or had a baby by?
he claimed nobody.
so with that being said, you guys getting this from out of the media. We're not even living this. We're not living this life. Do you not think he didn't say anything to her or give her any reason to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I keep my shit together because I know this ain't, you know what I'm saying? This some bullshit right here.
Yeah, but don't she also have she did take to her feed
Yeah.
um of pictures, not only pictures, but text messages and all of that. Um she also showed the plan B that she ordered to his condo, right? Um
Yep.
Brenna.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And like she was saying, like all he wanted to do was come at her all the
Yes.
time. So that's why she did it.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
So
right.
Like he wanted her pregnant.
Mhm.
And it almost seems like he wanted her pregnant so that she would have to go sit down somewhere because he touring, he this, he that, he recording, he making the money, quote unquote. That's the way that he's presenting this information because she said in one of the real teary pieces of her life, she was like, I don't even have a place in LA anymore, but I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be all right. So she's talking about how she gave up all this stuff so that she could kind of settle in and settle down and have this baby quietly. And they would, be going at it together from an understanding that he presented to her. And I think that it was deeper than just getting her out of the DR. But I think they fell out several times before that, and that whole original plan went out the window. And when she went to the DR to go be with her family, and then he came out there and was like, I'm going to bring my mom and all of that so my mom can see the baby. They didn't like what they saw and decided, hey, we need to get the baby back to the US. And then she'd been in the house with him for 3 months.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. She also been in there for 3 months. If I didn't want anything to do with somebody, they wouldn't be in my house 3 months and me screwing them.
And
Like,
I'm not there the whole time. He wasn't
exactly.
not there the whole time. So
Well, I'm sure he had a lot of stuff to do. I guess he busy, but
he busy.
very busy. Look
But I
like
mean, he kind of set her up in that house because I mean, she mentioned going back to his house to get
Yes.
her things.
Yeah.
well, she didn't. She said she wasn't going anywhere because he was kicking her out, and it's just like sent her to a hotel, but she didn't know anybody there anyway. So how's she gonna grab her baby and her and just leave?
Because they were in Baltimore? Weren't they in Baltimore? Like they weren't even in LA. Like they were in Baltimore. And I mean, because that's where he's from, right?
Charlotte, I don't know
Or
if it.
something like that. But they weren't in LA. So they weren't in a place where she could just, or that, or in Atlanta, something like that, where that she could just pick up the phone and like call any one of her people and be like, yeah, this some shit went down, you know, come to the crib, like I gotta grab my shit and go. Like she was in uncharted territory. I think I don't think she really knew, anybody with where she was at, because it was his house, nestled somewhere. I gotta find it if it was Baltimore or Charlotte, but they weren't in LA.
Now, one thing I do want to say, and that I do understand it in this point of view, is just the part of the patterns. DaniLeigh, like she knew how he was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's my part. Like, she knew what he did. I mean, he has done it to his previous baby mamas. So I
Yeah,
didn't.
because he had a baby on her with Mimi. He had a baby on DaniLeigh when they were allegedly together
Right.
with Mimi.
So we
So
saw these patterns. So it definitely shouldn't have been a surprise.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm not, justifying his behavior, when I speak on that. What I'm saying is Danny, she's young, so she has to learn. Those are lessons that she has to learn. What I'm saying is we've all pretty much been through these same
Yeah.
type situations. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
nothing that's
right.
new. It's nothing
Mhm.
that the average female doesn't go through every day. And
I said the same thing. I said
we
the
Yeah.
we
same
fall in
thing.
love. Hell, females, we probably love harder. That's realistic. We love harder, so we fall in love, and then you have a man over here who, y'all just to him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just fucking around with each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cool. Y'all kicking it. But you thinking, it's something more. It's just that happens all the time. That's and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying it happens all the time. And I'm not saying that she's not hurt. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we've already all
But
experienced it.
see, it
So
also happen all the time that some men do lead women on.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And that's
Yes.
the bad part. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because this woman really, really probably, probably has already fallen hard for you.
Right.
And now it's like she's suffering, crying. This girl just had a baby.
Right.
Postpartum depression is
She
real.
is
Now you
real.
shouldn't even be playing with people like that.
Right.
Yeah,
Should
I
have just should
absolutely
have
agree. Absolutely.
just leave her alone. Just leave her alone. Don't instigate nothing. And
And
if
it,
she's
and it and it was a better way to just handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, just record it. You leave. Let her know a deadline to leave. It was just a whole better way to have handled the situation.
that's what I'm saying, T. If it was like that, then why didn't he just grab his team and his people and whatever, and he
Right.
just go? And then present his assistant or manager or whoever, whatever, hey, Danny, this is the plan. You have XYZ, da 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 da. Like, he's not going to be here at the house because there's whatever, whatever the
Right.
situation may be, to give her a chance to get herself situated. But because she's young, because she is 25 or 26 to his 30 to 31, and her experiences probably with cycling in a relationship like that, you only cycle in a relationship like that long term when it's toxic and it's bad, when you think that the toxicity is you're seduced by it. You're like, oh, he
Mm,
must really love me because we're
yes.
caught up in all this
Yep. Trying to
drama.
right.
Oh, and our makeup sex is just off the chain,
Yep.
and oh, he wants to come at me so I can have his baby. Like, oh, he'd be like, yeah, that's everything.
You head over
And
heels.
and so you don't know that you need to make sure you got XYZ ready, a bag ready, money ready, your credit cards ready, and all that. So if you got to check into a hotel or do whatever you need to do, then you're ready to do that. But she gave up all her stuff because she was falling for the pillow talk and the stuff that he was telling her behind closed doors when he wasn't going on live.
Which is what none of us know, right? When
Right.
he was not going online.
Right.
And not only to mention, he he pressed charges on her. He
Mm.
pressed charges on her with assault.
This is crazy. Like,
And then,
assault her with what? Assault
okay,
him with what? With what? What's the story say?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Police responded to the baby's home on Sunday around 11:59 p.m., where the rapper told Charlotte Mecklenburg officers that DaniLeigh, whose real name is Daniel Curiel, had assaulted him. He was told to contact the magistrate's office to pursue charges. Dababy, born Jonathan Kirk, called officers again Monday morning and reported another assault.
Oh
Korea
my
was
goodness.
then served with criminal summons for simple assault for both incidents.
Mm, mm, mm.
Well, you confirmed that they were in Charlotte, so thank you for that. So the first time when the police were out there and they were like, ma'am, can we just, and she was like, nah, you good. Talk to him. Talk to him. He's the one that called you out here. So the first time when the police came out, they just came, and then I guess she went off into her part of the house and he went off into his part of the house, and they left, and I guess provided him with whatever information in case things escalated or took a turn or whatever information they left behind. And then he decided to call them up the next day and then continue to pursue the matter and press charges against her for simple assault
He said he called the police for his own safety.
for his own safety. Okay.
Mm.
Does she have a
How many
weapon?
people you have there with you?
Right. On your team. Because they all in the videos.
All of
Right.
them. And it seemed like it was all of them, against just one person to me.
Against her. She didn't have nobody there for her. She didn't have a spokesperson or an
Ooh.
assistant or a representative. She didn't even have a baby nurse. She doing this by herself.
Y'all, I
Yeah.
just don't think this coming to an end anytime soon.
No.
Honestly, that's just my personal opinion.
I'm just saying, just in my personal opinion, like he couldn't ever play with me like that again. Like
Oh,
I don't know
right.
why it took so many times for him to really even have to tell her that or the police having to come out. I'm
Okay.
still kind, but I know why. She's young, I know why.
Right.
Like it shouldn't have even had to get there. You're not gonna you're not gonna have to tell me to leave more than once, sweetheart. That's
Right.
that's what we're not going to do, and
And
you
you
will
could have
never
called
play with me like
you're
that
gonna call the
again.
And I
police.
don't
You
think
could have
you
called
gonna
the
tell me
police
not
on
even
me.
one time, because I'm gonna
You
be
know,
gone.
you gonna call the
Like,
police on me,
please.
and I just had your baby, and then I'm in your house.
Yeah,
Okay,
And
all
the
right.
baby is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
she
She's gorgeous.
is. She is.
Mm.
I
Well, you
think this
know,
this was like a trashy move to me. Um, it was like a trashy move. I'm gonna say that. And how old is he?
30 or 31.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, T, I agree with you. I mean, I think there was 1,000 other ways he could have did it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And
I
to
mean,
me, he chose like the one that that should have been like a life or death situation.
right. That's why I said he would never have the opportunity to play with me like that again. Never.
We're not playing.
Not
We're not
ever.
playing. Yeah. 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 I'm like, what you got away with, sir, from the ages of me being 18 to 21? You ain't not ever gonna get close to doing nothing like that ever again in your
Mm-mm.
natural life.
Now, I did hear somebody say that this could have been a publicity stunt for his new album, which
I kind of thought that too, and I guess that's why I'm kind of like on. You know, I, you just never know. You
you
never
just
know
never
with
know
these
with these
people.
people. Oh, look, we said it at the same.
Yes, yes. You just never know.
I just feel bad. I just like feel for the baby more than anybody because I mean they grown,
Right.
Right.
Right. Hmm.
and I mean everybody been through something, but I do see their situation and I can relate it to a lot of situations. That was the craziest part about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even myself when I was
I know.
Absolutely.
But
Right.
see,
younger.
but we were actually going through it. So the stuff that we experienced, the things that we went through, it wasn't so that we could get another season of a show or be on WeTV, Marriage Boot Camp,
Yeah.
hip hop
Hmm.
reality stars, or Love and Hip Hop, and all these other different shows that are out here. Like we weren't going through it for those purposes. There was no like publicity for what, like publicity for who, like y'all don't even understand like the whole situation. Now that there's social media has made things so different, and I am so glad that the things that I went through, I didn't have we didn't there was not social media was not a part of the picture to come into
Absolutely,
play.
Ron. I know that's
Woo!
right. Right.
Because I'm just saying.
These folks feel like everything need to be on. Oh, honey.
And then they want to record everything.
Everything. Mm.
Everything. I can't, I couldn't even, couldn't, wouldn't be able to make certain moves now
Yeah. Right.
with all the recording that's going
Right.
on.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that one. I mean, why go live?
I don't,
Need an audience. Need an audience. Everybody wants an audience.
I'm saying on something like negative, like I mean, that was just so ugly. Like, I don't know, y'all. I'm just lost. I'm still trying to wrap my head around why go live. Like back in the
and he talking about he don't really ever go live, but you pick this opportunity to start getting more consistent with your live broadcast, sir,
With the girl in the next room.
with the girl in the next room.
that wouldn't have been a way for me to present my baby.
No.
Not in that state. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
You record me, you ain't got to worry about me no more. Put me on live. because
Oh
I'm
yeah, once I'm on there, oh yeah, let's show out. Now we're
Right.
gonna show out.
Yeah. If y'all want to see something,
Yeah, now I'm finna show.
y'all
So I would probably did this. Yeah, now we fixing to show out. Now once we
right.
had did it, oh yes, we there now, sir.
all right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for
Whew.
coming on. Y'all got anything else?
Just reminding everybody that we got some real chill conversations, team members, and collaborating and all that kind of stuff, and coming together to help feed the homeless this Friday. So that's very significant, and
Yay.
I'm really proud of everybody for what they've been able to put together as far as that's concerned. Next week, of course, is Thanksgiving week or the Thanksgiving holiday. We all gonna do what we do. So, real chill conversations. We're taking a break that week, correct, ladies? And then we'll pick up the following week.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, that's all I got.
T.
Um, no, I think Brenda kind of wrapped it up and summed up everything. Everybody just have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family, friends, laugh, have fun, and tune in. Like Brenda said, not next week, but the following week.
Yes, that should be December 1st.
Wow.
December 1st will be episode 19 of Real Chill Conversations.
And I just have a few words. I really hope that, she doesn't, well, DaniLeigh don't fall into any type of depression or anything like that. Um, and yeah, we gotta start like accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad to see though that Summer Walker and several other women who have experienced some of the things that we were talking about earlier had reached out to her and were like, whatever you need, Danny, we got you. So I'm glad that women are offering a support system and to help her through that. So like you said, Dominique, she does not sink into a depression because this 3-month postpartum is a very critical time for
Right.
Exactly.
anybody, let alone someone that's going through it with their baby daddy, has pending criminal
I've
charges. Like
been
it's
there.
just a lot.
And
Yeah.
that's
I've
what I was just
been
about to say, Dominique. We definitely
Yeah.
we feel for her because most of us have been there. This is hers was just publicized. Hers was just
Exactly.
hers is just in the media. It's not a story that we don't
there.
all
Right.
know.
All right, ladies. And I'm about to end this. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
All
Good night,
right. Good night.
ladies.